Well, hello there, and welcome back to the lands of Aecathan. No professionals, no fancy tech, just a group of women playing an all-original game of Dungeons & Dragons. I'm Jeff, your Game Master, and here's what happened last time. The four woke on the day of the public memorial and began to prepare for the ceremony. As they gathered at the Lord's Keep, the four observed Aralakhis bearing an odd, faded blue splotching on his skin, but he seemed fine, and no magics cast upon him seemed to have any effect. The public ceremony began with a prayer from the High Priestess of Pharos, followed by Athgar's eulogy. A veritable who's who of dignitaries from across Aecathan arrived, including the leadership from Citadel Craekazaki and a surprise appearance from the Archdruid of the Amblyantha Forest. At the conclusion of the memorial receiving line, Gaego and Aralakhis stepped out of the line to join with the sept leaders from the gold, silver, brass, and copper septs, who all assumed Draco form and flew in formation as a tribute to Lord Tremane. Just as the service was ending, Tasha witnessed one of the dragons far to the west of the city fall from the sky. The four teleported to the edge of the city and then flew on their magic carpet to the scene of the downed dragon, only to see 5 metallic dragons surrounding an unconscious Draco form that appeared to be a blue gemstone dragon. After Gaego teleported the blue dragon back to her lair, Athgarr and the four teleported back to the Lord's Keep, where the four left for the banquet, while Athgarr went to meet with Sten to brief her on her responsibilities as she stands in for Aralakhis during the clan council vote the following day. And that is where we pick up. So, Aribell, Gwen, Tasha, and Zorith, you have arrived at the banquet.
We'll go find our respective spots.
You have a table very similar to the one that you were at for the clan banquet. This, of course, is outdoors, so it's a little different, but there is a table that is marked reserved, and you know that's where you're going to be sitting. However, you realize that there are 7 chairs at the table, and 2 of them are not going to be filled.
Are there 2 others that we should put in their place, or should we have those chairs removed?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Well, do we think Athgarr will get here eventually? Or is he one? Oh, he's one of the 5, right?
Yes, he's one of them.
Right.
Okay.
The other 2 would be obviously Aralakhis and Gaego, and they're not going to be there.
Let's just have those taken away. So, I'll find a server and ask that the chairs be removed.
All right. They do so.
And then we'll rearrange the others to fill in the space so that perhaps it won't be as obvious that we have places and people missing.
Well, it's a circular table, so it does look a little underpopulated, but
I spread my arms way out. Take as much space as I can.
So what happens next in the ceremony? Is there anything more that we need to be doing?
that's a really good question. And the two people you could ask aren't here.
I look for my mom to ask her.
Okay.
And while she's doing that, I'm just going to start walking to groups of people and doing the thing that Gwen hates most. Idle chit-chat.
All right.
I go around and chit-chat with the folks as well.
Okay.
Except she's far better at it.
Bard.
And all of you who are going and talking to people get, continued messages of condolence and then questions, where's Athgarr? Where's Aralakhis?
And I say Athgarr shall be returning shortly, and Aralakhis was called away on a
Urgent matter.
some kind of urgent matter involving the dragons. And of course, when they ask, he must go.
The reactions to the statement about Athgarr range from understanding to mild indignation. But the reaction to what you tell them about Aralakhis is almost uniformly, oh, right.
Well, those who express indignation, to those I would say, the matter is urgent. I'm sure that it has to do with the fact that Aralakhis has himself been called away on an urgent mission, and I'm sure he's just making sure that everything will be done properly regarding tomorrow's vote.
And a good portion of the people who were dissatisfied with the first answer are kind of like, oh, all right. There's a few, namely some of the clan council members, but
I just say, well, you do realize that there was a major attack on the fortress last night. There's still things that need to be cleaned up.
about 3/4 of the people you say that to go, there was?
So I give them a thumbnail sketch of what happened and how important Athgarr was.
All right. Aribell, your mom is in the tent where they're preparing all the food.
I go to her and explain that Aralakhis was called away by the dragons, and Athgarr is updating Aralakhis's backup Sten on what's going on. So we just wanted to see if there's anything we need to be doing, or is it just eating at this? There's no other.
I don't know for sure, but I believe that at this point you are just to eat and talk to people. Of course, the one that I will want to talk to most is young Athgarr, but
Not here.
He'll be here as soon as he can.
called away by the dragons. That is a high honor.
It is. He will be missed, especially right now with everything going on.
Oh, I would imagine so. Hopefully his assistant understands how everything is supposed to work. Because tomorrow is the vote.
I'm sure she does. Once she gets over the panic, she'll know that she does.
Trial by political fire. I would not wish that on my worst enemy.
Well, everything looks wonderful here, and everyone seems to be happy as they can be, given the circumstances. Thank you for everything.
Of course. What mother would not do this?
I'm going to go be charming and distract people till Athgarr gets here.
Well, I know that you'll do very well, dear. She pats you on the cheek.
Good Laura. So cute.
Zorith, what are you doing this time?
Also making the rounds. Well, I sat at the table, like, really taking up room, and then everybody got up to leave, and I was like, took up some room for like maybe 3 minutes, and then I was like, okay, no. So then I started also making, picking up trash and like throwing it away, and the ungrateful jobs that you have to do at like weddings.
There really wasn't any to pick up because there's people that are already doing that.
Oh, okay. Then I'm also chit-chatting.
Okay.
Fluttering.
All right.
So.
Probably about half an hour goes by before you sense a slight change in the tenor of the crowd, and you look around and you see that Athgarr and Sten are walking in, deep in conversation still.
I'll approach with a smile of greeting and say, "How's everything going?"
Oh, I think I'm going to have one of those things where your heart stops. You'll be fine. You keep saying that. You don't know.
Oh my gosh.
Have a
Have to bring
seat.
one of the chairs back for Sten.
Yes, have a seat and a glass of wine, and we'll run interference.
Do that. I have to go do my due diligence and talk to people.
Yes, they are quite anxious to speak with you. Here's what we've told them so far. And I give him a recap.
All right. Well, I'll be careful not to say anything to contradict any of that.
Let me know if I need to stab anyone.
You'll be the first person I call on. And he begins wandering through the crowd, stopping and talking to individuals or groups. There are 3 tables with council members sitting there. One of them has the people that clearly support Athgarr. You can tell from the way that they react to him when he approaches. Then there's a couple people sitting at another table who are genuine and polite, but reserved. And then there's the table of people who give curt responses and then go back to their own conversations.
So rude.
when he approaches that latter table, I'll join.
Okay. It is Kirgo and Brelfin the Paladin, and Skane the Dwarf, and Pinvar and Sashalfo. All the ones you were pretty sure have absolutely no intention of seeing Athgarr as Lord.
I stay quiet. I let him take the lead.
Yeah. And they are all polite, complimenting him on his speech, thanking him for the food, but they really don't say much else. And then they just sort of go back to their own conversations.
So I say to him in just a slightly elevated voice, Athgarr, were you able to deal with the situation from last night?
I believe so. Unfortunately, we were not able to see to the grounds. I would have preferred the burn marks not be present, but we do what we have time for.
At least they were able to resurrect the guards that were killed. I'm sure their families were grateful.
Yes.
It's a good thing you were there. I can't believe that the Jogravannan have become so bold as to attack in the middle of such an event.
They likely assumed a vacuum in the power structure of the city. Thanks to the Four, we were able to demonstrate that, for now, there is no vacuum.
Not at all. We were only here to support you, and I think that you demonstrated capably that no vacuum exists, and that Thunder's Edge, as it ever has been, will continue to be a force to be reckoned with.
And then in a real whisper, I think we've pushed our luck enough.
Okay. And I tuck my hand into his elbow and say, let's move on. We've much to do.
And many to speak to.
Indeed.
There are several instances where leaders from other communities, now that they're not in a formal ceremony, are a little bit more free with their demonstrations of commiseration and affection. Lord Bonethane actually claps Athgarr on the shoulder when he's talking to him. A gesture that many would recognize as warrior to fellow warrior. Tasha's aunt and B.A. and Osman are all sitting at a table. Aaron is there. Lena's bodyguard is there, and they're having an interesting conversation. It looks like they all stand up when you approach. And have a chat. They all look quite friendly. There's another table where Vines and Major Warbender and Nook are sitting. That when you stop by, they are again a little bit more affectionate now that they're out of the ceremony. Most of the dignitaries are quite friendly. At one point, Alaric comes out just to sort of check in with you all and hands Aribell a note. The contingent from the Citadel had to leave, but they left this note for the Four and asked that I deliver it, which I am now doing.
Thank you, Lork.
Of course. So, how did everything go? I understand there was some excitement.
We had dragon transformations and flyovers, and
I was referring to the Archdruid.
Oh, yeah.
oh, yes, she came in as a wolf and then transformed into her humanoid form. I don't remember if she was an elf or not. Pam doesn't, if we heard. And then turned into an eagle and flew off.
That will make an impression. I would like to have seen that.
It was something.
It was impressive.
I imagine so. Has she ever shown up to something like this before?
It doesn't sound like it, but she was very grateful for what we did to restore Vines in Blenamard. That's our friend. He's staying at the Wrath.
Oh. Yes, a very polite young man. I'll make sure to make a point of talking to him and letting him know how welcome he is.
Thank you. Is everything going well back there?
I'm a little concerned we may run out of food. This group seems to eat much more than the clan banquet attendees. But yeah, we should be okay, I think.
Worst case, we can pop up the mansion and have food in there.
If only we could bring it out.
I know. We'd have to have people go in.
Right.
Figure it.
Well,
I can only make bland food, so that wouldn't.
well, we'll see. As I said, I hope we'll have enough, but I don't think there will be anywhere near the amount of food left afterwards that there was 3 days ago.
That's okay.
Well, I'll let you get back to your hobnobbing.
Hideous.
If you need me for anything, I'll be around.
Thank you.
So things finally begin to lighten up a little bit. People start leaving. And after a couple hours, there's basically just one big table. They pushed like 3 tables together. And sitting at the table is Wiggy and Jalea, Hugh and Sar, Warbender, Nook, Vines. And apparently Wiggy is regaling them with stories.
Of course.
What could go wrong?
Is Athgarr with them?
No, he's still saying goodbye to the last of the dignitaries that are departing.
Did we get to say goodbye to our friend dignitaries?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Lena basically said, come visit when you can. BA said, come visit when you can. So, Osmond said, come visit when you can.
It's like they want us to come visit when we can.
Yeah.
I'll join Athgarr and try to move things along.
Okay. As you walk up, you hear Father Dilbus and Master Wranro. Father Dilbus wishing him the best of luck on the vote tomorrow, and Joylena letting him know that should the vote not go his way and he decides not to continue traveling with the Four, that he would have a place on the Sanctum as an instructor if he wanted to go that route.
That's very kind, but I hope that he would agree to continue with us.
And you see that Athgarr is holding a scroll. And he makes his goodbyes and sends them off, and then just heaves a huge sigh.
How about we go say goodbye to Warbender and the group and get you out of here?
I think I'd like something to eat.
I will make sure that there's food where we're going.
And I need to talk to Tasha as well, so...
Okay. Lead the way.
So eventually, all 5 of us end up at the table as well, and it's much more relaxed than anything else that's happened today. People are just sort of kicked back. They've had enough food and alcohol to be a little mellow.
And I've requested food for Athgarr.
All right. Tasha, when you arrive at the table, Athgarr stands up and pulls out the chair next to him and says, "Sit here, we need to talk."
All right.
He just kind of leans over and says, Master Wranro gave me something that I'm going to share with you. We'll need to make a copy of it before we do anything with it. But here. And he reaches in his tunic and pulls out a scroll and hands it to you.
I open the scroll.
It's musical, magical notation.
Okay.
It is Obras Greater Sending
Ooh.
as a bard spell.
Ooh. That's awesome.
But it still sounds like Obras Greater Sending.
Yes.
It's a little more complicated. You've got some stuff in the before and stuff in the after, but
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Obras Greater Sending.
Yeah, I'm playing it in my head. It's very complicated. But Master Wranro said that Obras actually helped her figure out how to translate it with
Oh, that's cool.
specific instructions that you and I were to be the first to receive the spell. So the next time we see him, we must remember to thank him.
Of course.
But, as I said, I'll need to take an hour or so and make a copy of it. But then we will both be able to learn it.
Sounds great.
That will take some of the responsibility from Zorith's shoulders, as she will not have to be the person to spend all of her energies facilitating these types of conversations.
It makes me feel better when I can help her.
Agreed. Ooh. Food.
Yes,
Excuse
please
me.
eat something.
And so he begins to tuck into the food. He doesn't seem to be particularly caring what it is. He's
At
just
least he's eating.
eating with a single-mindedness that you see in the very hungry.
I think he forgot to eat breakfast.
I think he forgot to eat everything today. It's amazing that he didn't pass out.
He made his con check.
Ah.
So, and as you sit there, Wiggy continues to tell stories which result in some, reserved chuckles from Warbender, some genuine laughter from Hugh and Sar, some snorting laughter from Nook, and eye rolls from Jalea.
So the usual.
Yeah, pretty much. At one point, Warbender kind of leans over toward Athgarr and says, "So, what do you think your chances are tomorrow? Do you have any sense of how the vote may go?" Unfortunately, no. This process is not as open as I might wish it to be. The process goes that anyone on the council who wished to nominate someone for the lordhood had to submit their candidate in writing by this morning. But those candidate names are not known until they are announced at the beginning of the voting session tomorrow. Then, if any of the nominated are members of the council, they can choose to accept or deny the nomination, and then the first vote is taken. At that time, the vote will be announced, and the person who received the lowest number of votes will be removed. And then they will vote again after a period of discussion. And then the person in that round who has the lowest number of votes will be removed, and this continues until there are only 2 candidates, at which time they vote, and either the winner is declared by majority vote, or in the case of a tie, then there will be more discussion, and then another vote, and that will continue until there is no longer a tie. According to the existing clan records, the longest this has gone on is 37 hours.
Ooh.
But that was a very unusual circumstance. They usually don't go more than a couple hours. But with Aralakhis being called away, his apprentice will be proctoring the vote, and she has never done this before. So it will be interesting to see what happens.
Well, I mean, Aralakhis has never done it before either, because he was your father's seneschal, so, it'll be okay.
You should tell Sten that.
She has just as much experience with proctoring the vote as Aralakhis does.
I don't know that that will help, but I will see that she is so informed. Well, I'm not going to be able to stay to see the result of the vote, but Nook is staying, and she'll carry the results back to me, unless they'll be sent on the Far Signal network. That will be up to whoever the winner is. As soon as the vote is completed and the results announced, that individual assumes the lordship. And at that moment, they are in charge. So, we will see. But I'm certain that one of us can convey the end results to you. I'd appreciate that. I am sure that his lordship will be counting on me to tell him, as soon as possible after the results are known, what the results are. Hadn't thought of that. Yes, we will make certain to send you the results one way or another. All right. Good enough. I'm going to go have your people send me back to Erma. Nook will be coming back tomorrow night. I wish you the best of luck. Thank you.
When it dwindles down to pretty much just us, I pull the folded paper out of my pocket.
Okay. Yeah. Nook is the last one to leave. She's just so happy to see all of you. But eventually she gets tired. And heads back to... She also is staying at the Wrath.
Athgarr, I think it's long past time that you go get some rest.
I have a message for us.
Oh?
Before they left, the contingent from the Citadel left us a note with Aloric. I open it.
All right. It is a request from what would be the High Paladin of Pharos, seeking assistance in discovering if there are, in fact, Jogravannan spies in the Citadel. The letter cites the betrayal from the Temple of Eidos in Erma a year ago.
I wondered about that.
And basically says that while your reputation is known to the leaders of the Citadel, apart from that, they are remote enough not to be very aware of who and what you are. And being outsiders, but trusted outsiders, they would like to have you come in and investigate.
Another thing for the list.
Oh, that list.
Yep.
It is lengthy.
Well,
Big one, though.
That, I suppose, we should get some rest.
Okay. Two things happen simultaneously. Zorith. Your tattoo starts to itch.
It's never done that before.
Everyone
Right.
else, I need a perception check at disadvantage.
Oh, rude.
Hey, Dice, you're going to be nice to me.
14.
22.
$29.
Again, Tasha,
Yep.
you just happen to be looking the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
On, like, right at the top of the pole on the edge of the cooking tent, just where the roof starts to come up. For a split second, you see a small, winged, red creature with fangs. And then it's gone.
Oh no.
Do you say, oh no?
Yes.
Oh no,
What?
what? And I'm scratching. Is it
I-
scratching itch or is it just.
It feels like it's moving on
Oh.
your skin.
That's creepy.
I start to.
So I describe what I just saw.
Oh, gross.
All right.
I hate that.
Anybody who wants to can make a religion check.
Oh no, this is not gonna work out well for me, but.
Right?
Wow.
Religion?
23.
Wow.
Glad somebody's got it. 14.
18.
13.
And Athgarr rolled a natural 20
All
Oh, good.
right.
for a 25.
Nice.
So who got 20 or higher? Okay. You realize at the same time Athgarr says out loud, "That sounds like an imp."
Oh no.
Oh no.
Are you okay, sorry?
No, and I explain what's going on. Oh god.
What does that mean?
Right around the time that Tasha said, "Oh no," it stopped moving. Zorith.
So when it was seen?
When it was present.
An imp is nefarious, right? Like,
A fiend?
They are usually the lowest servants of a devil.
great. Can you ward against that?
Well, protection from evil will usually keep them away.
Well,
Imps are not terribly powerful.
I have a look of abject horror on my face.
Zoria, what's wrong?
I've never known of an imp to be in my area, and my tattoo felt like it was moving underneath my skin before Tasha said, "Oh no." And I don't know anything about my tattoo.
That's a little scary.
It's never done this before?
It hasn't, right, Jeff? Never?
Never.
Never.
And the list grows longer.
I think it's just moved on the priority list.
I think it might be wise to get back to the forehome.
I agree.
I was actually going to say we're probably sleeping in the mansion again, right?
Yep.
Do you want to do it here so if anything happens, we're already at the keep?
I cast, while she's talking, see invisibility. I think I have that.
I have it.
I cast see invisibility.
Okay.
But then that's not going to help me any, because if it's not here, if it was here, like I'm like rationalizing with myself, if it were here, I'd feel it. If it's not here, I'm not going to feel it. Like, so, like, just
Well, make a perception check.
come on, babe. 19 perception
Yep.
plus 6, 25.
25.
Looks like a 61, but I know it's not.
You are pretty sure it's not anywhere nearby.
Okay. I cast the mansion.
I say I did see invisibility, but it's not here.
I think Gwen sense.
I can.
But it's
She
not
has-
an automatic
She
thing,
has
right?
to
It's like
concentrate
my.
on it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I can do that,
Yeah,
though.
I can too. I've got divine sense. Gives me 60 feet. I think yours is further, right?
Primeval awareness. I'll sense any aberration, celestial, dragon, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead present within a mile.
Okay. Yeah, yours
Wow,
is.
yeah,
Mine's
that's
only
good.
60
Sorry,
feet.
within up to 6 miles if in your favored terrain, which I am.
Oh, right.
So let's do that.
Okay. You are getting some undead, but you sense that it's really far out into the desert, which is not uncommon.
Okay.
Apart from that,
Nothing.
nothing.
So I tell them that.
And we have our
Amulets.
amulets on.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
get
get in the
inside.
mansion.
Okay.
Yep. I cast the mansion.
All right. We all troop in.
And I close it up.
So, where do you all go?
Let's go
Bed.
to the dining room.
Okay.
Athgarr, do you need to sleep? I know you didn't sleep well last night.
I'll sleep eventually.
Why don't we share a toast to your father and to us and go to bed?
All right.
Maybe it'll help us sleep. And no floor sleeping tonight.
No.
I agree.
So Athgarr looks around and beckons to one of the birds and says, "We need 5 glasses of champagne." And the bird flies up to the corner of the room, disappears, then comes back with a tray clutched in its beak. Should be way too heavy for this bird, but it's not having any problems. Sits down and lowers the tray down. It wobbles a little bit, and then it just hops up and takes off.
Oh.
Athgarr hands the glasses around, picks up the last one and says, "To Sengor Tremane. He meant well."
Tremane.
Tremane.
I guess we all troop upstairs and go to bed once we're kind of all done.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Everyone mark yourself with another long rest.
Oh, that's a good thing.
We get up in the morning.
All right.
I write in my notebook for a while before I go downstairs.
Okay. All right.
Get down.
Do you, Zorith, like, stay up for 4 hours and then meditate for 4 hours, or do you meditate first and then you're just up?
Yeah, I would meditate. Well, tonight I probably would do it opposite, because I normally meditate and then wake up, but I would probably stay up and then count backwards in my head and go, oh crap, I need to like go to sleep.
Okay.
I have no divine intervention.
Everyone can roll.
I am afraid to find out what I would get if I were to do divine intervention right now. And I think that to myself. Or I think about praying like Aribell does, where I'll have to like actually talk to her and see what she says or whatever. But then the next thought is, I'm not sure I want to find out. And it's a constant like, do I want to, like, you know, it would not be nice to get some, you know, clarification, but also, do I really want to know? Because, ugh, like, if I know, then, like, I got to do something about it. Like, we have enough things to do. It's a whole litany. 4 hours of that, and then I'm like, I gotta sleep. Or I gotta meditate.
So, do you decide to?
Do I decide to,
Request divine intervention?
No, I gotta talk to Aribell about it.
Okay.
Because I would not have any idea, like, what to say. Like, who do I talk to? What do I say?
Well, who do you worship?
Do I?
I don't know, do you? There is a goddess of magic.
Features and traits? No. Where would it be? Description?
Description. Yeah. Under characteristics, there's a line for faith.
There is no line for faith. It is blank.
So is mine, though. It might have been in your... So you might not have actually ever put it in there.
Yeah, I might not have. Yeah, I'm gonna wait. Because I need to talk to her.
Alright. Alright, well, the next morning, Aribell is usually the first one up.
I pray and then go down to start breakfast.
I go down when I'm done with my meditation. I'm not like normally, normally I go down when I hear people or whatnot, but I'll go down when I'm done.
Yeah, Aribell, this is a little strange. You get downstairs and you're the only one. Usually Zori's up.
Well, hopefully. Aribell would assume that she probably had a little restless night because of the imp thing.
Alright. Muted.
I get up. And I practice scales for a little while. And then I go downstairs.
Okay. Athgarr is the last one to come down.
Okay.
Hopefully that means he slept.
Good morning.
Good
Morning.
morning.
So we are just waiting around, right, until they finish the voting.
Yeah, I don't think we can go.
No, I don't think anybody can go. We have to wait till Sten comes out and announces the person. I wonder if they signal like for everyone to come or something. Does the gong go off?
Apparently, Aralakhis had prepared a number of scrolls of sending.
Oh.
He was going to send
Notes
me
to everybody. Oh.
the results of each round. Sten is intending to continue to do that.
So,
Okay.
So
Do you
we
need
can
to-
just be here, right?
I thought I would go to the Wrath.
Oh,
can do
that's a
that.
good idea.
Do you
Well,
really
I'll
want
go.
to wait in public?
I don't know that it makes much difference.
I wonder if the Wrath is open today. Well, I guess he does have a lot of people, so even though he's exhausted, he and Cook are probably. It's going to be very full, though, so.
I thought you might prefer to wait in private.
I don't see the need. Everyone
Okay.
will know.
They will.
Right, but you're the only one who's going to know as it goes, right?
Yes.
Is there a private space at the Wrath? A snug, so to speak?
Not that I know of.
Guess we could ask Aloric.
I mean, if we want a private space, we might as well stay here, though.
True.
Well, we could sit at the house. But I
We
would
could.
prefer not to be
Makes sense.
in a different dimension. Even though the chances are low that the message won't get through, I would rather not take any chances today.
We should probably go to the Four home, and that way, if Gwen's staff is ready to go back to Erma, we can take care of that and get my parents home and that kind of thing.
There is much to do.
Well, the voting begins at noon.
Okay, so let's go to the Four home until then.
We kick everybody out and
Thank you very much for your help. Thank you.
get out, go home.
Thanks. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.
Well,
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Obviously, we don't
everyone
do that.
exits the mansion, and you find yourself in the middle of a bare lawn, because
Right.
the staff have cleaned everything up, taken all the tents and chairs and tables and all of it, and
They're
put it
efficient.
God's know where. But so it's about a 5-minute walk back to the Four home from here.
Being at home sounds nice.
It does.
It's been a lot of peopling. And I like them.
Indeed.
Once you get home, it doesn't take long to ascertain that, all of your guests are quite ready to go. They're ready to be back in their homes. So, by about 11 a.m., you've managed to get everybody back to where they need to be, and it's just the 5 of you.
So now we wait.
Yep.
We do like to play some music.
Would I like to?
Either of you. It might be a nice distraction.
No, but I think I will sit and begin copying that spell.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Aribell gets blankets. Cozy into our... Get the fire nice and... Because it's still early in the year, so even though it's Thunder's Edge, it's still, I'm sure, a little cooler than summer.
I'll get mugs of cocoa. We will get cozy.
And we wait.
All right. Okay. Based on everything that everyone has been doing over the last week or so, I need all of you to make a persuasion roll that will represent your efforts.
My best stat or skill.
And I have down difficulty classes for each person based on what they're doing and their proximity to all involved.
Okay, what? Like, what are we doing? Like, whatever we're doing?
We're just rolling persuasion.
We're rolling to see how well we did to influence the outcome.
Yes.
Oh, good.
So, Aribell, if you would go first.
Well, almost as high as I can get. I had a 19, which is a 34.
Wow.
Oh,
Okay.
shit.
I have plus 15.
All right. Gwen.
19, which is actually pretty good for me.
Okay. Tasha.
I also rolled a 34.
Okay. And Zorith.
Also rolled a 19, 15 plus 4.
Okay. All right. Well, 12 noon comes, and it's about 20 minutes later that Athgarr receives a sending from Sten, who basically conveys Kirgo has nominated Brelfrin Strongjaw, who is the paladin who basically does whatever she tells him to. Shiven nominated Athgarr. Skane nominated a member of the Hawk clan, which he is not Hawk clan, named Lokholir Heavystone. And Dostrar, who is the only Hawk clan member on the council, nominated Aloric.
I was drinking with this tiefling last night.
So there's this tiefling, and he's kind of good looking. He's really charismatic. And, I like him.
And then the votes came down as follows. Brelfrin Strongjaw, 4 votes. Athgarr, 3 votes. Lokholir, 1 vote. Aloric, 2 votes. And
that dirty Shiven.
and 2 abstentions.
I hate abstentions. What a bunch of shit.
I know, right?
I'm not going to jump on a bandwagon until there's a bandwagon to jump onto. the dirtiest.
I'm not gonna play your reindeer games.
So,
Right.
local air, heavy stone, beep, out.
Out.
Okay.
Gwen is ready to burn down Thunder's Edge.
Oh, breathe. That was just the first.
Ungrateful shits.
I nod and agree.
It's only the first round.
That's what
It
I'm
means
saying.
Less than nothing.
Does it?
Ungrateful.
Mhm.
What this says, however, is that there were only 4 names put into contention. One of them has already been eliminated. The likelihood of a 3-way tie is low. Therefore, within the next hour, we can expect to hear the results of the second round of voting.
Mm-hmm.
I get up and start pacing.
If I make it through the second round, then there will be but 2. And when there are but 2, no abstentions are allowed. You're muted, Aribell.
So we should know in 2 hours or so.
Unless there is a tie in either round. And that
Right.
will delay things.
All right. Well, I get up and put something in, refresh our hot cocoa, but it's not just hot cocoa anymore. At least Gwen's isn't.
What's in your hot cocoa?
If I get drunk, I'm liable to do something even more.
It's not enough to make you drunk. Just take the edge off.
Mm,
You're a bit of a drinker.
And I can sober you up.
I was
pretty
just going to
fast.
say, also, instant soberation.
True.
That's always a great thing. I wish I had that for real.
I do.
Well, a little after 1 o'clock, Athgarr takes the sheet of paper that he's been writing on and blows on it, and then sprinkles some sand on it and sort of shifts it around and dumps it out, and then looks at it and then hands it to Tasha.
I read it.
It's
Oh, it's the spell.
It's Obras Greater Sending.
Ooh, that's so awesome.
But it will take 5 hours to fully commit it to memory.
So I roll it up and put it away.
Yep.
Thank you.
Now I have nothing to do.
Well,
I'm now muttering to myself.
oh no.
Those ungrateful sons of bitches. No, it's good for them. So
Of course they
stupid.
don't. Why would they know? They're idiots.
So do we tell Aloric later that he was nominated?
I think we should go tell him now, actually.
No, because we're not supposed to know any of this, right?
Absolutely
Oh no,
not.
it's also announced publicly.
Oh, the votes. Okay, so he's probably already been told. Send him a message.
Would it be inappropriate for me to send him a message and address him as Lord Aloric?
No, absolutely not. And I hand him
And ask him if he wants to come hang out with us and wait for the results and close down the bar.
I hand Athgarr my stone.
Oh no, I can cast it. I think I'll wait.
Sons of bitches. grateful.
About 1:30.
That took a while.
Sten sends the next round of results.
Okay.
Brelfrin, 5 votes.
Mm-hmm.
Athgarr, 5 votes.
Oh.
Aloric received just 1 vote this time, and there was 1 abstention.
That means Aloric is out.
Yes.
So we don't know where that vote. Well, I presume that the Aloric vote will go to Athgarr, because if they were going to vote for Stonejaw, they would never have voted for Aloric.
Oh, we'll see.
That's probably a good point.
But there's also
So
an abstention.
it's whether the abstention is an Athgarr or an Aloric vote. I mean, or Stonejaw vote. But then if it's a tie, they just have to keep going until someone caves. Do they debate and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
It never
Alright.
should have been this close.
Man,
We knew it was going to be within 1 vote. It
I
was
would like to
always
be a
going to be
fly
that
on the wall.
close.
Never should have been this close.
do not take this personally.
This is going as expected, other than the Aloric factor.
Yeah, that was entertaining.
Now you can message him that you're sorry he lost. Dory could have been queen of the castle.
Oh God, no. Oh no, no, no.
You would have made a fine lady of Thunder's Edge.
Oh no. I
You would
have a hard
never have
enough time-
seen Zori would never have been to Thunder's Edge again.
I have a hard enough time kissing him in public. Can we please not? Just, oh, that's bad.
Well,
So does it just go now until there's not a tie, or will they announce if there's a tie round?
they will announce the next vote, but it's a matter of how much discussion they have before they take the next vote.
Oh dear. I have a drink.
I am
I
now
Get some
actively
food together.
pouring brandy in my cocoa.
I am
Brandy.
fixing some food.
Good
Because it's
plan.
past lunchtime now.
Where's that good stuff?
The elf stuff I was going to save till we found out the winner, but I can pull it out now.
I pull out the cork with my teeth and dump it in my glass.
Hey, 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 leave some for us. Hey, 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 leave some for us.
Sure.
I reach out my hand and grab her hand.
I've already put mine in my mug, so I hand you the rest of the bottle.
I set it on the table.
I am nervously sipping my cocoa. It's going quickly.
Yikes.
Athgarr is just leaning back on the couch. He's put his head back and his eyes are closed.
Bastards. Never should have been this close. Knew what was good for them. Ridiculous.
I I'm gonna wait.
Somebody needs an ass kicking.
Oh yeah, no, never mind. Sorry, I'm fine. I was thinking she could go in the mansion and like beat the crap out of stuff, but then she wouldn't know, and then it would be a thing, and so I just stopped that and reversed it.
Well, we could go outside and spar, I suppose.
I miss
Might be
my
better
rooftop.
inside. I guess we could teleport to your rooftop. You could still hear the sending there.
I just don't know why they're so ungrateful. Should have
Because
sent those Jogravannan straight to the council members' houses last night. Maybe then they would have understood, what they have to be grateful for.
Two o'clock rolls around. 2:30. 3 o'clock. 4 o'clock.
So does the guy get to vote for himself?
Yes.
That's rude. It's like
I don't like that at all.
Right, he should be allowed to vote for himself.
That's awkward.
Five o'clock.
Gwen's still drinking.
Make a constitution check. Or a constitution saving throw.
8.
Ooh.
Gwen passes out.
I mean, it's not a bad
Solution.
state of
Don't forget to add your +5, but it probably wouldn't help.
stasis.
No,
13.
No, it's still not enough.
I'm gonna let her sleep till the next vote comes in, and then I'll wake her up.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's probably good for her not to be pacing and
Mhm.
fretting and damning the council members to Joggervannans and
6 o'clock.
Aribell starts making dinner.
About 10 minutes after 6. You can tell that Athgarr is getting another sending.
Come touch Gwen and use lay on hands to neutralize the poison.
I will kick their asses.
You're sober now.
What happened?
Athgar's getting the next vote. You
What
passed
time
out.
is it?
After 6.
Oh my god.
And you see him just go,
That meaning 1?
it
Lord
over?
Athgar?
and he looks back up, and his eyes are tearing.
Lord Athgar?
Please tell us what happened.
You're muted.
Please tell us what happened.
Lord Skinned.
Oh, wow.
No,
Again,
that's
that
Athgar's
was-
last name.
Oh,
Skend.
Oh,
No,
yeah, I was
Strongjaw,
like,
no.
Strongjaw was our other option. What the
I was like, who did they
How did we get somebody
forgot. That's
else?
right. Because he's not Tremane. They take
No.
their mother's name.
Right. So he's
Right.
Athgar Skend.
Lord Skend.
7 to 5.
Well, of course you are. They would have been crazy not to.
And Gwen would have killed them.
I knew they'd come around and make the right decision.
That's funny.
did you? Okay.
Never doubted them.
Like it.
I suppose you should get to the keep.
Tomorrow.
You don't need to do anything today.
Not if I don't want to.
Would you like to go to the Wrath? As your first public appearance? Or is that too much?
Given what one of my first proclamations will be, I think that would be appropriate.
Ooh.
Why don't we head to the Wrath and give our condolences to not Lord Lorik?
I give Athgarr a hug.
He hugs you back.
Congratulations.
Once they're done.
Cast a spell on him before we leave, just in case if somebody out there wants to take him in.
I feel like you're going to be doing that a lot these days.
I don't know, and she has not told anybody what she's doing.
Okay,
So-
out of character, I feel like you're going to be doing that a lot.
Yeah. Depends. I don't think it depends on how much we're here. I mean, I don't know that it's completely, somebody might catch that she's doing some casting a spell, but I don't know.
Athgarr looks over and catches you at the tail end of the spell. And he just kind of smiles. Thank you.
Always.
Well, that explains a couple things.
At least one.
Yes. Oh. Zorith, while we were sitting around waiting, did you want to talk to Aribell about your thing?
I decided to wait.
Okay, all right.
I thought about it, and I kind of was like, it wasn't the time, and I didn't want to take her away. And
So now that we know that Athgarr is Lord, which he should be, congratulations. Should we contact Gego and see what's going on with Aralakhis?
Do you have the stone, Zori?
yeah, and I grabbed the ball. The ball. And I say, hey, Giggle. Sorry
How
to
are
bother
you? How are you communicating?
with the ball?
The stone only lets your spells through her wards. You still have to choose a magical method of communication.
Obras Greater Sending. I thought she always has just talked through the orb. But
Yeah.
She has that instant communication with Mother Tasha. For Gego, the stone simply allows her spells to get through Gego's wards, because otherwise she wouldn't be able to contact anybody in Gego's lair. That's
Gotcha.
why you couldn't get a hold of Aralakhis.
Okay. So would I have been passing it off before I got Obras Greater Sendings to Tasha?
No? Because you can cast regular sending too, right?
No.
Oh. Then you probably would have, yes.
I can cast message.
Yeah.
But I don't think that works. Obras
No.
Greater Sending.
She's a little too far away for that.
I cast Obras Greater Sending and I say, hey Gego, sorry to bother you. How is Aralakhis and also Athgarr 1?
Ah, Well, please tell him congratulations for me.
Congratulations from her.
Aralakhis is... He seems to be in good health, but he has not yet regained consciousness.
Okay.
I have requested assistance from one of my sept's healers. And he is here also. It is his belief that Aralakhis will awaken when he is ready.
That's helpful.
Okay. Please keep us up to date if you can. All our love going out to both of you.
I shall.
Hang up, and then I history check to see, because I read all of the books I could on, like, didn't I read, like, baby books and everything? Didn't I read all that stuff in the library?
Yes.
Yes. Like all
okay.
the children's books and everything? Yes.
All the children's books and all the books I could find on,
Gem dragons?
On dragons in general, yeah.
In dragons in general, and then, I got a 17, a dirty 17. Do I remember any gem dragon stuff in there?
There were a couple mentions in the children's books. Like, there was a story about a lonely ruby dragon. And a story about a mischievous emerald dragon who learned her lesson. But those really do little more than confirm that they
somewhere
existed
some
at
people
some point.
someone had an idea.
How old is Aralakhis?
That's a very good question.
Thanks.
I don't know that he's ever told us.
If my window will stop trying to help me, I will look it up. $212.
And when was the shattering?
About 120 some odd years ago, 130 maybe.
Okay. So he's from before the shattering.
Mm-hmm.
So
So they had all their memory wiped, right? Like the shattering wiped everybody's memory?
It distorted it. Some people remember fragments. Mother Tasha seems to remember a fair amount.
I would remember nothing because I was one, I believe. So how old was 101?
Yeah. Well, shall we head to the raft?
Lead the way, Lord Skane.
Skend.
Skend?
Skend. Skend.
It's going to take some getting used to.
Mm-hmm.
we still call you Athgarr?
Please. There are going to be enough people saying Lord Skend, Lord Skend.
You're gonna be like, who are they talking to?
Right.
For a bit, probably.
So what are your plans?
And right now, to go to the Wrath.
Yes, that. But now that you're Lord, what ideas do you have?
Well, my first idea, I need Aralakhis.
Uh-huh. Yeah. All right.
You have to pick a seneschal first.
I choose Aralakhis.
Well, if he's a dragon, he might be a little busy.
You might have to pick Skend.
Sten or somebody else.
Hmm.
I mean, you should probably give it some thought if Aralakhis isn't available.
That will be a problem. Because I trust Aralakhis, and I know that he would agree with me. I need a way to be able to magically identify a citizen of Thunder's Edge. Because my plan is to open the inner enclave to everyone.
Ooh. Man, they're gonna hate that.
At first.
Thunder's Edge, right?
Yes.
Or, yeah.
About time.
I agree.
Here.
Do you want a way to set up a ward on the inner enclave that if you're not a citizen, they wouldn't be able to go in?
If they're not a citizen, they will still be restricted to the outer enclave.
Right. So you want a way to ensure that only citizens or those who are allowed can gain entry.
Correct. And that is why I need Aralakhis.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if there's some component of the mansion spell that might do that, because that allows you to restrict who can go in. So there must be a way to extract whatever piece of magic that is that you could do on the gate entries or something. Maybe the tower can help.
Good, because theoretical magic is not exactly my forte.
Yeah, and I know nothing other than I know that Tasha can do that with, you guys can do that with the doors, so
Yeah.
something similar.
All right.
That's a wizard thing, though, not a sorcerer thing, I would think, anyway, so it might not be an Aralakhis thing.
As you approach the gate to the inner enclave closest to the forehome, you see the guards on the gate snap to attention and salute Athgarr.
Oh, wow.
And he stops and says, "Stay here a moment." And walks over to the guards and ends up putting a hand on each of their shoulders and talking to them, and you see them kind of grin and shake their heads, and he claps him on the arm and turns around and walks back.
As he comes back, I'm going to ask him, are you going to get rid of all the guards?
Oh, no, I don't plan on getting rid of any of the guards.
Okay, so did you just tell them that they're not supposed to salute you?
Yes.
There is a thing, a way, a manner, I don't necessarily know that's a good idea, but that's my 2 cents, and I walk away. Not like mean walk away, but it's just like I think you should think about that one at least.
Well, those are 2 people I have known all my life.
Well,
It just feels wrong.
a lot of stuff is going to feel wrong for a while.
Perhaps. But that doesn't mean I can't try to fix it.
Okay.
I told them a simple nod will suffice.
Okay.
Besides, if they are saluting, then anyone who does not know who I am will immediately gain the knowledge that I am someone.
Right.
You're kind of a big deal now, Athgarr. Just you all by yourself.
Yep. The head cheese.
Walking through the inner enclave, there are a few people who run out to shake Athgar's hand. But it doesn't seem like it's really spread citywide yet. Similar thing happens at the other gate, and again Athgarr goes over to talk to them, and essentially the same result. And as everyone walks through into the outer enclave on the other side of the city, he kind of sighs. This is going to take some time.
Mm-hmm. It is.
You don't have to do everything today.
Oh, I know. I don't know, I would prefer to keep this relatively low-key.
Keep what?
All of this.
I'm sorry, that's not how it works.
Well, at least for tonight. I know tomorrow there will be the official ceremony, and...
Oh?
I hope Stone knows how to do that.
I imagine she's working on it right now. She'll know that it comes next.
Hopefully.
I'm sure it's written down, and if not, she'll ask Shevet.
Oh. There's a conversation I'd like to witness. And Athgarr opens the door and gestures for the 4 of you to go in, and walks through the door, walks down the little hallway, and turns into the inn portion of the Wrath, and steps in the room, and everyone in the room breaks into applause and cheers. And Athgarr just...
Low-key.
My ass.
Thank you. Thank you. They keep clapping.
Can anyone cast silence?
No.
Even if we could, we wouldn't.
Aloric walks up and pauses.
I'm uncertain how I should greet you now. Hi, Athgarr. How are you? So you don't want to be addressed as Lord Skend? By you? No. You're my friend, Aloric. That hasn't changed. I'm Athgarr, as always. Well, you're a bit more than just Athgarr now, but as you will. Your table is ready, my lord.
I snicker.
Sorry you didn't win, Aloric.
I pat him on the shoulder and give him a kiss on the cheek.
Should we buy you a drink?
Who?
Oh, you didn't know?
No, he's saying who voted for him.
More than one person.
Wasn't me.
I'm aware. And
You-
I have no idea who... Oh, no.
She
Yep.
didn't know.
Wouldn't.
She would.
No, he said hemp, right?
No, he's thinking Cheven.
Oh, I thought he said hemp. I'm sorry. No, she nominated Athgarr.
Did.
But then who... If I
I'm
know
sure-
Cheven, she asked someone else to do the nominating for her.
Oh, that is funny.
That would be hilarious.
Who in their right mind would nominate a tiefling for Lord of the City? Cheven?
That is potentially true, yeah.
Yeah.
She's really rather smitten with you.
But that's still no reason to nominate me for the city seat, for God's sake.
Well,
then
here's
like
the deal. She also got to shake up the voting, because now you have, I don't want to say you had options, but it was like there was something to like weed out.
Silliness.
Yeah, you know,
strategic
I bet it was strategic.
scheming.
Everything she does, I think, is strategic.
Yeah.
They're not wrong. Well, that table? Certainly, or I'm sure any other table. I'm sure that anyone would move to let you sit wherever you wish. Oh, for God's sake. That table will be fine. Thank you.
And Athgarr walks through, and the applause doesn't stop until he's actually sitting at the table.
Lovely.
And then a couple minutes later, Aloric comes over with a circular tray that's about foot and a half or so, filled with bottles and glasses.
Several of the patrons have requested to buy you a drink. So, you have a relatively wide selection to choose from.
Bye.
Athgarr, you can't deny them their excitement.
Yeah.
It is, to them, a great honor that they get to offer you one of your first drinks of your reign.
You can't stop their feelings.
Exactly. You have to let them have this moment.
This is going to take some getting used to. But he looks at the tray and picks out a glass that looks like white wine or champagne. One of the two. Picks it up, stands up, and everyone immediately quiets down. And he says, "My friends, I thank you for this. And I appreciate your support. I hope that in the coming weeks and months, you will continue to be proud that I am your new lord."
Hear, hear.
Cheers to all of you. And there's a very loud chorus of cheers.
Huzzah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, wait.
Gonna happen all the time now.
That was Sten. A combination of congratulations and oh god, oh god.
To be expected.
And I told her that I will meet her tomorrow morning, 2 hours after sunrise, in Aralakhis' office.
You should get Wiggy to redecorate your new chambers.
Oh.
I'm sure your style's a little different than your dad's.
He'll be so excited.
What do I do with my house?
Well,
I mean, you can keep it.
yeah.
There, teleport there, and just hang out.
Use it as guest quarters.
Use this guest quarters.
That's probably a better idea.
You have a lot. It's going to be a lot, but we're here with you.
And we will help you however you need us to.
In between saving the world.
Yeah. We should probably go see about that problem.
We're going to be here for a couple days, don't you think?
Well, yes, a couple of days, yes. But our next agenda should probably be ferreting out spies.
And watching for imps.
And watching for imps. Ugh. And, gosh, I hope Aralakhis is okay.
As do I. I never considered this might happen without him being there.
Well, why would you?
Well, why don't we have some food?
I think that's an excellent idea.
We can deal with everything else tomorrow.
Yeah.
For now, we celebrate in your honor.
We do.
Well, I think we should celebrate in your honor as well, all 4 of you. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be where I am. I wouldn't be who I am.
Well, I think you have helped all of us. We have helped each other.
Yep. I would say that's one of the truest statements I've ever heard. Well, I suppose I will have to rethink my agenda.
Well,
Everything's gonna get rethought of.
I think we all will.
but tonight we celebrate. And tomorrow we plan.
And as the food arrives, the first of what will be a long line of citizens of the Outer Enclave comes up, bows to Athgarr, and asks if he can speak with him.
Oh my.
And pretty much the rest of the evening is Athgarr beginning to learn the concerns and the joys of the people who live in the Outer Enclave.
Wow.
Something his father was woefully ignorant of. And as Athgarr begins to truly understand what life is like in the other parts of Thunder's Edge, that's where we'll stop. So things have changed.
Indeed.
And we'll find out what happens on Coronation Day
We did not level.
next time. Oh, yes, you did.
Oh, we did?
Hey,
Yes,
did we?
you did.
Oh.
Wow.
Glad I asked.
Yeah.
I messaged
Yeah.
Nikki earlier. I was like, "Baby, we'll level."
And I was like, I don't know. And then nobody said anything. And I was like, well, I'm a friggin' ask.
Woohoo!
Yep.
Woot, woot.
I'm excited.
I know.
This is my level 16 because
Yeah,
of
it
my
is.
multi-class, so there's like a lot of stuff for me.
Nice. All right. Well, you can all figure out your stuff, and we'll roll for hit points first thing next time.
Yeah.
So,
Woohoo!
until then, as always, thank you for joining us and giving us your attention. We love that. We really do. And we hope that you'll come back and join us next time, and let us welcome you back once more to the lands of Aecathan. Good night, everybody.
Night, everybody.